Abracadabra, expecto patronum, Wingardium Leviosa. Before 1997, these words were simply gibberish. I'm sure everyone here has either heard or have watched Harry Potter at least once in their life. Joanne Catherine Rowling, author of the infamous Harry Potter series, has endured many setbacks in her long journey, but her mantra, never give up, made her one of the most successful and talented authors of our generation. I will first be talking about J.K. Rowling's life before fame, then I will talk about how she is an inspiration to me. Writing has always been a strong passion for Rowling. She was born on July 31st in Gate, United Kingdom. Rowling has always wanted to become a writer. She radiated creativity and let her imagination go wild. At the age of 6, she wrote her very first book called Rabbit. Then, by the age of 11, she wrote her second book about cursed diamonds. As stated in Bloomsbury, the idea of a wizard attending a school of wizardry came about while she was aboard on a delayed train that was traveling from Manchester to London King's Cross in 1990. Later in 1993, she had wrote the first 3 chapters of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, the first book. Over the 5-year span, she had already planned out the next 7 books of the series. But her life wasn't always sunshine and rainbows. After the death of her mother, she fell into depression and stopped writing completely. Around the same time, she had marriage problems, and later her and her husband got a divorce. Now, as a single mother who relied on welfare, her only outlet was to keep writing, and that's exactly what she did. When her daughter was sound asleep, this allowed her to go to a nearby cafe and continue Harry Potter on scraps of napkins. According to The Guardian, Rowling was very familiar with the idea of rejection, since around 12 publishers had denied Rowling and her story. But it wasn't until Bloomsbury took the offer, and now Rowling's work is known worldwide. Now that you have a glimpse of what Rowling's life was before fame, I will now share why she's an inspiration to me. Rowling's determination and strength influenced me to never accept defeat. Rowling's confidence and willpower is a very admirable trait, which continues to encourage me to never quit in the fear of failure. Throughout my years in high school, I struggled a lot in my classes. I'm a perfectionist. Even if I made one of the smallest mistakes, it would discourage me, and because I was so afraid of failing. I feel like I can learn from Rowling's experiences and work on myself. Her situation was very unpleasant than mine, but looking back at her story, I feel like I can start changing my own. I'm going to try to become more determined and focus on my end goal, which is to become a trauma nurse. In conclusion, Rowling emphasizes on how failure and rejection are a part of the path to success. J.K. Rowling experienced many bumps down the road, but she chose to overcome them, which led to her many accomplishments. As J.K. Rowling once said, "You might never fail on the scale I did, but some failure in life is inevitable. It is impossible to live without failing at something, unless you live so cautiously that you might have not lived at all, in which case you fail by default."